Hello, good evening, and welcome back. It's Monday. Obviously, it's also the 15th day, puts us over the halfway mark of February already. And right now, of course, we're currently watching the weather, which is set to change during the overnight hours. We're still adding up rain over the course of today to the tune of a few inches for some folks. Just a monster amount of moisture coming up from the south, and it is just literally coming up from the coast and just continuing on over the viewing area and on and off to our north and to the east. We'll talk about potential for some of that moisture on the back end of things to change back over to snowfall. Right now, we're not in the big mix as far as heavy snowfall is concerned. However, the viewing area could pick up a couple of inches. Radar images over the course of the day, the morning and the afternoon and early evening, are very similar. Those two images, for example, pretty much sum up from about 12 to about 4 o'clock, and we'll have an update for you in just a few moments. Right now here at the studio, I've got 1.27 inches of rain for this event. I've also got 39 degrees, and those temperatures, of course, are playing a major factor. The factor in what we're seeing is shades of green and yellow, and as a result of all of that precipitation, frozen ground, snow, we're talking about a flood watch still in effect until about 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. Right now, we're expecting rain to continue tonight. It could be and will be heavy at times. Started to pick up here close to the 6 o'clock hour, and that will continue through tonight. 2 inches of rain is expected. I think that's pretty much a safe bet as of right now. Keep in mind, runoff from all of that rain on that frozen ground combined with the melting snow is going to cause some flooding issues. No major flooding, but I think those routine areas where you see low-lying areas can routinely see flooding of a minor nature to some moderate flooding as well, certainly in the realm of possibility and becoming a likelihood with at least a couple of inches of rain. And then on the back side of all of this, we'll see temperatures flirt with getting just low enough to turn some wet into white. And right now, Central Kentucky is looking to get the brunt of that changeover, with us here in the viewing area looking at anywhere from 1 to maybe 3 inches of what will be heavy, white, wet, slushy stuff that falls on the ground, an already very saturated ground. School closings already in. We have them across the board. Breathitt Floyd Johnson, it's an NTI day for Johnson County schools tomorrow. Lawrence, NTI day for those folks as well. Wolfe County is closed. No other closings as of airtime. I suspect there will be many, however, over the course of the next few hours and early tomorrow morning, which will be making the same call and following suit. District brackets, matchups. We're set today. Coin toss decided at least one, and we'll tell you when it starts, who's playing who, and everything else you need to know about 57th District Tournament action in just a few moments. Got some few highlights for you as well. Only one other report. I've actually been on the road most all day, and let me tell you what a terrible and dreary day to be on the road. The heavy fog setting in early this afternoon, and I should have been back here behind the desk by around 2 and 4:30 is about the time that I did make it back. With my apologies, this will be the last time behind the camera. I'm sure that is not an issue for you all, but also an abbreviated program possibly from this point further. We'll see. I do have a lot of basketball to talk about because it is near the end of the regular season, and the postseason gets geared up next week. All of that in just a few seconds. While we're counting snow days, they're starting to add up, and it's starting to push the school calendar to, of course, later on into the summer months. Officials, in another respect, are talking about the start of school. And actually, officials with the Kentucky travel industry have released the verdict of a study that's been put together, a study on schools starting their classes early versus starting them later. Early being around the 1st of August, which is customary for all the viewing area schools for the most part, and a great deal of schools across Kentucky. Not all states follow that schedule. Not all schools in Kentucky follow that schedule either. But they say that based on this study, they believe that the cost associated with starting classes early to the tune of about a month or a little less adds up into the millions of dollars, hundreds of millions actually, and it also costs thousands of jobs. The study was done to complement a bill, Senate Bill 50, mind you, that has been sponsored by Senator Chris Girdler of Somerset. The bill is being put together, has been, to stop districts from starting classes before the end of August. The approximate 1 month It says from the start of the month of August versus the near the end of the month of August for starting school is a big hit to the travel industry. Senate Bill 50 is looking to alleviate $432 million it's costing the state and about 6,000 jobs as a result of classes starting those few weeks early. A whole lot of things go into that cost. It's not just the travel industry, also some figures on cooling schools and things of that nature, but a broad study that has come together with more than $432 million, it says it believes, that's costing the state and businesses by students starting earlier. The argument also with Senate Bill 50 is that other states or other school districts that follow a later school start schedule still have the curriculum in their school calendar, and it doesn't affect teaching time or grades. More on that, I'm sure, at a later time. More news following these messages. Be sure and let these folks know you're watching every chance you get. We would certainly appreciate it. Hey everybody, this is Logan. He's one of our pets of the week. He's a young boy, knows how to have a good time, knows how to dress, and is very smart. Will be great in any home, a great dog for a younger family. And these brothers are Smokey and Sylvester, a pair with a special bond, very playful, very well behaved, must go to a home together, and until this Saturday the 20th, the $10 adoption fee is still going on. If you'd like to give them a forever home or to learn more about how to adopt, donate, or volunteer to walk, pet, or even transport an animal to the vet or to their new home, call Whiskers or Wags, the Johnson County Animal Shelter at 297-PETS. Let's go on over right now to our McGoffin Farm Bureau-sponsored community calendar. New week, some new announcements, a couple of reminders for you. All beginning with an announcement from the Rumpke Company here in McGoffin County. This is across the board. All county-wide pickups will be running one day behind throughout the rest of this week, and that's barring any changes that might put them another day off. But due to the weather, of course, the heavy snow this morning, they are now one day behind. They'll be picking up tomorrow, weather permitting, with everyone's scheduled pickup now bumped up one day. That is from Rumpke, who says they appreciate your understanding, and they will, of course, take care of you just as quickly as they can get to you. If you haven't done so already, I'm talking about a couple of things. If you haven't quit already and you want to, and you haven't signed up already, you need to, for the next session of free Cooper Clayton Stop Smoking classes. The first one starts tomorrow, 3 o'clock at the McGoffin County Health Department. There's no charge for the class, and for a limited time, free nicotine patches as well. Classes will meet 1 hour once a week for 12 weeks. Attendance is necessary for the free patches, but this will help you stop smoking forever. All you have to do is show up. Call 349-6212, your McGoffin County Health Department, tomorrow before 3 to find out more. Also from our local health department, a reminder that the SAFE Coalition is going to meet this Wednesday at 1 o'clock. This is a very special meeting because the U.S. Attorney General Awareness Group is presenting on heroin overdose. That's the health department. It's this Wednesday, 1 o'clock. I'll be reminding you tomorrow, but everyone is invited. We're going to try to be there as well. It's kind of a late afternoon time frame for us, but well, it's 1 o'clock. I was thinking 3. So we're going to try to most definitely be there if at all possible, but you can be there too. At the Health Department for the SAFE Coalition and the U.S. Attorney General's Awareness Group presenting on heroin overdose. This just in from our friends at Sagersville Free Will Baptist Church and Pastor Floyd Arnott. They're putting together a big turkey and dressing dinner, mashed potatoes, corn with a roll and with a dessert, and it's all this Friday from 10 till 2. What a lunch that's going to be. Contact the following numbers here to find out more or get your order in, 349-5740. That is Lola, it says. The church is 349-5524, and they've got Christy's number at 219-3809. Sagersville Free Will Baptist Church. You can also eat there. I'm sure you can dine out, and to find out more to get your order in, call those numbers. Once again, that's this Friday for a big turkey and dressing dinner and all the fixings. And for birthdays or anniversaries, special announcements, or those like you just heard, be sure and tell me. Call me. I'll get them on, tell everyone about them. Mail, email, Facebook, phone, fax. Drop them off here at the studio. Any way you can get it to us. And remember, you can always catch the program the following day in case you want to see it again. Might have missed it the first time on our website at yournewstoday.com. As we turn to funeral service listings this Monday, we learned sadly of the passing first of 87-year-old Catherine Burton Adams of Sagersville, who passed away on Saturday, married to Elmer Adams, who preceded her in death. She survived by her son Edgar and daughter Ruth Ann Isaac. Visitation is this evening, all day tomorrow, and up until services, which will begin Wednesday morning at 11 o'clock. Visitation and services will be from the Magoffin County Funeral Home. Burial will follow at the Adams Cemetery on Cow Creek. 65-year-old Viola Howard Minix Thomas of West Maple Street passed away on yesterday, survived by sons Steve and Nick Minix and daughters Baeta Minix and Melissa Kahn. Visitation is going to start after 5 o'clock tomorrow, and it will continue up into 2 o'clock services on Wednesday. Visitation and services from the Magoffin County Funeral Home, with burial following at the Howard Family Cemetery on Craft Creek. All right, let's talk a little basketball. Let's talk a lot of basketball. The coin was tossed. We've decided some seeds. We've got 57th District tournament schedules for next week. Before we get to that, though, let's back up. A few highlights from at least one district matchup. We'll talk about some other district matchups and late season games as the regular season is quickly winding down. We'll begin with the Lady Hornets hosting Sheldon Clark this past Friday night. Sheldon Clark came into the game, 9 wins, 11 losses on the season. They scored 9 points to Magoffin County's 19 with 2 minutes left to go in the half. With some help from Hope Lafferty, Sheldon Clark closed it to 6 points just before the break. In the second half, the Lady Cards trailed 19-26 halfway through the third quarter, with Lafferty on fire from the corner for 3, with the steal and the drive. She pulled Sheldon Clark within 3 points, 19-22. But the Hornets came alive, with senior sisters finding a sweet spot in the corner, and an evening adding up to an easy district win, doubling up on the Cards 66-32 for Magoffin County. Scores, schedules for the rest of the week. A few games canceled tonight. Well, let's back up just a bit. We'll go back to Saturday, for Johnson Central, win over June Buchanan for the boys. 58-47 the final score. Johnson Central's Eagles at 15-11 on the season, 5-1 in district play. And we'll talk about the coin toss between they and the Hornets of Magoffin County in just a few moments. The boys of Central are hosting. Last report, the game is set for Wednesday. Reading it, it's right in front of me, and I'm reading it wrong. They are hosting Betsy Lane this Wednesday, last home game of the season. One game thereafter, that's at Pikeville on Friday, and that'll wrap up the regular season if all goes as scheduled for the boys of Johnson Central. Turning over to the Lady Eagles. A loss Saturday night at the hands of John Harden on the road by 10. Puts the Lady Eagles of Johnson County at 15-9. They are 6-1 in the district going into the tournament, and they're hosting Russell tomorrow. As for Magoffin County Hornets, they were on the road at Sheldon Clark, and that was a big district matchup, and that was a win for the Hornets that tied them for first with Central. That would result in a coin toss. Tell you more about that in a second. That game was on Friday night, and that was a 63-59 win for the Hornets. They were on the road Saturday, the day after, at Greenup. They came back with a loss on that one, 66-74. Their sixth loss of the season only, 19-6 on the season for the boys, 5-1 in the district. As I said, they are set to be at Morgan County this Thursday night, and then Friday night we'll wrap them up on the regular season schedule at Shelby Valley. It was the Lady Hornets by 10. Now, that was over East Ridge. I just showed you Friday night's game with Sheldon Clark. Well, they were on the road at East Ridge Saturday, came back by 10 over East Ridge, 15-8 on the season, 4-3 in the district. Their game with Shelby Valley tonight, hosting Valley, has been canceled. It may be worked into the schedule. Not a district game, obviously, so not an issue if they can't make it up. But they are right now to be at home hosting Betsy Lane tomorrow night. For Coach Perry and his Cougars, a loss by 2. They haven't had many of those this season, only 7, 49-51 final score on Saturday night. That was a road game at Rowan County. They're 5-2 in their district, in the 62nd district. They are to be at last report. The website was still showing them at Elliott tonight at 7:30. In Lady Cougar basketball, a loss at the hands of Menifee 28-49. That was Friday night as well. They've got 2 games only on their schedule. They had one set for tonight at Fleming County. That's been rescheduled for the 17th, this Wednesday, bumped up to the 17th, when they're hosting Lee County in their home, and final game on the regular season schedule. That is set for Thursday. And over at Painesville for the boys, a loss 62-91 versus Knox Central. That was a home game Friday night for the boys. 7-15 on the season, 2-4 in the district, and they're scheduled to be at Peaburg tomorrow. And a 43-54 loss for the Lady Tigers that Saturday as well. That was on the road at Central, not too far on the road, but on the road. They're almost even, just above even, 12-11 on the season, dead even in district play with 3 wins and 3 losses. And at last report, they too were set to be, I don't have any cane cancellations in front of me, but on the road at Pikeville tonight at 7:30. I'll talk about district matchups and your weather forecast, how that's matching up, wet or white, or both, in just a few moments. Stay tuned. For high-speed internet starting at 15 meg for all of your gaming, movie, home, and business solutions, or to watch TV, including your favorite local channels without a contract, with hundreds of channels and digital and HD quality, and to stay connected 24/7 with friends and family. A direct line to 911, or to give your business the link it needs, choose telephone service you know is always there. Just click on their link on this site to find out how affordable the latest technology in communications can be. Foothills Communications. All right, all the district games are over. Seeds have been set, and we've got a schedule for the 57th District Tournament hosted by Paintsville High School this year round, starting 1 week from tonight. And the number 1 seed versus the number 4 seed in the girls' bracket. We've got 2 girls' games on Monday night. You've got the Johnson Central Lady Eagles versus Sheldon Clark. In regular season play, they met 2 times. Central was victorious 56-31 the first, 56-20 the second, thus the first and 4 seed pairing. That will be Game 1 Monday night at Paintsville High School. Game 2 will be the other half of the ladies' bracket. And you have the 2nd seed Lady Hornets versus the 3rd seed Lady Tigers. Now, these 2 teams also, of course, as is customary, faced off twice. It went both ways. First time a win for the Hornets, 62-49. The second time around, though, it was Paintsville by 1. The Lady Tigers ousting the Hornets 62-63, the final score. That one will certainly be an exciting game to watch. They're going to be on Paintsville's home court. Oh, get ready. Get that blood pressure medicine ready. It's going to be an exciting night of basketball and an exciting week. So that's Game 2. That's set for 7:30. On Tuesday night, we've got 1 boys game, and we'll have the number 1 versus the number 4 seed. Johnson County and Magoffa County, both tied at 5-1 in the district. They flipped a coin today. Central won. They are the number 1 seed. Magoffa is the number 2. Thus, we'll have the matchup Tuesday night at 7 of the Golden Eagles taking on the Sheldon Clark Cardinals. Now, those 2 times, here's one for you. They met twice this season. The first one was a win for Central, 73-59. The second one was a win too, but it went to overtime, and it was a 1-point win. So that's going to be a wild ride possibly. Wednesday night, the second of the boys' semis, and it'll be the number 2 seeded Magoffa County Hornets versus Paintsville, the 3 seed. As for this matchup, it's been a win both times during the regular season for Magoffa County, 74-52 the first time around, and then 92-67 the second time around. Hornets are the favored going into this matchup, but it is in the house of the Tigers. You never know what's going to happen. That's Thursday at 1. Championship games are as follows. Whoever makes it there will play each other Thursday night for the girls' championship at 7 also, and the boys' championship will be next Friday at 7 o'clock. District tournament for the 57th district starting Monday, and there's games every night of the week. And we'll take a look at some other districts a little later on this week when we talk about basketball then. I am now at 1.4 inches of rainfall. We could see up to 3 inches of rain in the viewing area for a lot of us during the overnight, with a very well saturated ground already underneath. And we're still talking about the possibility of, a couple of inches of snowfall. What will be heavy, wet, slushy snowfall, mind you. And keep in mind, still a great deal of uncertainty. I know we're relatively close, but we're talking about a degree or 2. I mean, all the difference in the world. And right now, it does look as though Central Kentucky will get the brunt of the heavy, wet snow. Right now, I'm going to say 2 inches for us will be a safety zone, I think, at this time. As far as the timing, well, I got ahead of myself. Let me back that up. As far as the timing, the changeover will start maybe 10 to midnight in central Kentucky, anywhere between 2, maybe closer to 4. Hard to say. Like I said, it's just when the temperature falls. I'm at 40 degrees right now and holding at the 6 o'clock hour, so that's where we are. It gets closer to 34, 33, 32. We'll start to see the switch over. Right now, the National Weather Service calling specifically for the viewing area, a half inch or less tonight, a half inch or less tomorrow, but it literally could go either way with the swing of a degree or two. Definitely a lot of precipitation. Definitely some flooding concerns. We have that flood advisory until 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, and some light to moderate flooding is certainly possible with a whole lot of moisture on the ground and still yet to fall. Tomorrow we'll see close to 40 again, 39, 34 tomorrow night's low. Wednesday we'll follow it up with a 40-degree day again, and nighttime lows will get below freezing. That will also give us a slight chance of some snow, but some more precipitation still throughout midweek. Into your Thursday, watch this trend for a while. I mean, where else? Where else are you going to see in just a matter of days or a couple of weeks? 20 inches of snow. We've seen the 60s. We've seen a big burst of snow here. We're going to see the 60s again. Don't be surprised if thereafter we don't see winter return again. But Thursday, 46, the 36 high and low, partly sunny, just a nice day. Partly sunny goes to full-blown sunshine on your Friday, and I think we'll break the 60-degree threshold with 62. Nighttime lows right around 46. 30% chance of some showers Friday night, and a 20% chance of some Saturday, but temperatures still, and with some sunshine, mind you, holding well into the 60s. The low 60s, mind you, but it's the 60s. Saturday will be pretty much the end of the 60s, and then we'll start to fall off from there. We'll not talk about where we're falling to, but right now, that is something to hold high hopes on after a very wet and soggy evening tonight. Keep your eye on the weather forecast, low-lying areas. You know the drill, and we'll continue to see rain, and with McGoffin County, of course, calling schools during this broadcast just a few moments ago. I think as I sat down, I heard the message there. We won't have any classes in session tomorrow. Won't be surprised if we see a few inches of snowfall that will just further complicate travel for the rest of us who have to get out in the morning then. With that said, we'll see you back here tomorrow night for more of Your News Today. Good night, and thank you for being a part of the show.